Welcome back to the channel, guys. This time around, I'm going to be going over Legendary Potential for Last Epoch, which is the more advanced form of crafting within the game. If you have not already seen the basic crafting video that I made earlier, I do recommend checking that out, and I'll link it in the video description as well. The first thing I'm going to start with is, what is Legendary Potential? So this only applies to unique items. So basically, whenever you drop a unique item, it has a chance to drop with legendary potential, and the number is varied between 1 and 4. Now, 3 and 4 are incredibly rare, and you're very not likely to get it with 3 and 4. 1 and 2 are a little bit more common. I do believe there's a few items that are limited to only 3 legendary potential. So the way it works is, for example, this Titan's Heart that I have right here has no legendary potential on it. But I do have one with 1 legendary potential. Now what this means is I can get an extra stat on it from an exalted item of the same type. So it'll be like, for example, armors with armors, helmets with helmets, weapons within their specific class, two-hand axe with two-hand axe, etc. So right here, I have a Titan Heart with 1 legendary potential, and then I have my old armor that has a bunch of bonuses that I need. So in order to get one of these bonuses onto the Titan Heart, we have to do the temporal sanctum dungeon. So if you come over here, put in your key, you have 4 levels. And besides the loot drops of the dungeon, the way this works is for tier 1, it works for level 50 and below unique items. For tier 2, it works for 65 and below. Tier 3, 75 and below. And tier 4, of course, has no restrictions. So what you do want to look at is the level of the item. So this is a level 41 item, which means I don't need to go beyond the first dungeon. I don't need to do the harder ones just to get the legendary potential on this. So the thing I'm going to do is go into the first one, and then I'm going to do the dungeon all the way to the end. Once you finish the dungeon itself, you come up to the legendary forge at the end of the dungeon, where you get to put both your unique item and your exalted item. Now again, just because this has only 1 legendary potential, it can get any stat here at random. And all the stats that are on this item are good, so I'm okay with getting any of them. Doesn't really matter which. Of course, I'd prefer either the Reaper or the damage, but that's okay. And the way it will work is you put them both here, and then you seal the cache. And of course, if this had more legendary potential, 2 would get 2, 3 would get 3, 4 would get 4, and so on. Of course, 4 being the max. So once you seal the cache, you press D for the dungeon mechanic, which shifts you over, and then you now have made a legendary item, and we got the exalted mod for 195 health, which is honestly the best one that it could have gotten from there. And that's it. And you don't need to bring the items with you either. There's a chest right here where you can access everything you want from your stash, and then throw it into the legendary forge and make a legendary item. Yeah, like I said in the beginning of the video, the higher the legendary potential, the more rare the item will be, and it'll be harder to get. 1 and 2, after about 150 hours of gameplay, these are all the 2 legendary potentials I've gotten. 1 is pretty common. I see it very often. 2 is a bit more rare. 3 and 4 I have yet to see. It has not happened for me yet, so I don't know how rare that really is. There is a database that I use that you can check how much legendary potential an item can get that you're looking for, and how rare it is, although it's just going to say like rare, uncommon, stuff like that. And you'll kind of just get an idea of how likely you are to get that item. And I'll put the link to that database in the video description as well, so you can check it out for yourself. But that's basically how legendary crafting works in Last Epoch. That is nothing else to really say about it. But that's going to be the end of this video. As always, my social media information will be in the video description below. If you haven't already done so, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it does help me out and I'm greatly appreciative of it. Thank you all so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.